Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Did anybody from boot camp fall asleep? Anybody out there? Good morning, Jane. Hi, Kim. Welcome back. Good morning, Fran, again. Hello, Elaine. All right, what do we want to work on today? Anybody have any body parts that need special attention? Besides snoozing warrior, any poses, any body parts we want to work on? Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Pat and Jim again. Good morning, Barb. Anybody want to write anything about anything? Hips, back, shoulders, neck and shoulders. All right, that sounds good. Anything else? Naveen, anything you want to work on? Lower back, yes, lower back. All right, neck, shoulders, lower back. I like it. All right, so let's get started. It's 10:17 on my clicking. Sorry, Pam, but it's my Indiana Hoosiers clock. That's what you've been listening to. Good morning, Joyce. I'm really sorry about Junebug. Made me sad. So I'm glad you're here today. Very sorry for Jenny's mom. She looked like a nice lady, and I'm glad you were friends with her. So I know she appreciated it. I know Jenny appreciated it. I know nobody else has any idea what I'm talking about, but anyways, okay. Actually, what am I doing? Let's start laying down. So let's start in what we're going to now call snoozing warrior. So we don't want to actually fall asleep. So we're going to bend your knees, your feet flat on the floor, spread your toes. I want you to lay back. Put your hands on your belly. And just start breathing. So eyes are shut. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears. And just start to take deep breaths. Feel the rise of your belly on your hands. And then gently push your hands into your belly, letting your belly button come in towards your spine, letting go of all of your breath. Just notice what your breath feels like, where your inhale goes, where you notice your breath. Do you notice in your belly? Do you notice it in your nose? Do you notice it in your chest and your ribs? Just put your attention to that place in your body where you feel that breath. And just notice any other thoughts that might be going through your head. And one by one, just push them gently aside. And just focus on your inhale and on your exhale. And when those thoughts try to come back in, which they will, that's totally normal. Your job is to just notice when they try to get back in, gently push them aside, and come back to your breath. It might happen 5 times in the next hour. It might happen 1,000 times. Let's bring your arms up over your head, bending your elbows. Seeing if that doesn't help you take a bigger inhale. Noticing how that feels in your shoulders. Let's drop your knees side to side. Just nice and slow, maybe an inhale all the way over to one side and an exhale all the way over to the other side. Feeling that connection of your feet on your mat, rolling from one side of your foot to the other side. Trying to pay attention today to how your body feels. Then let's just drop your legs over or your knees over to the right. Grab your fingers. Stretch your arms up overhead. And just give yourself a big stretch. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Then relax your shoulders, relax your elbows, bring your knees back up to center and drop them over to the left. Then reach those arms again, lifting out of your shoulders, but making sure they're relaxed down away from your ears. Pulling that belly button in towards your spine. Breathing. Coming back to center, bending your elbows, bringing your pointer finger and your thumbs together, bringing your knees out to the side and the bottoms of your feet together. Just in reclined cobbler's pose. Eyes still shut. Relax your cheeks. Relax your lips. Relax your nose. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Just breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center with your knees, feet flat on the floor. Bring your hands down at your side, palms down. Let's inhale and lift your arms up overhead. And exhale and bring your hands back at your side. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhaling, lifting your rib cage off your waist. And exhaling, bringing them back down. Just moving on your own breath today. One more breath. And then let's bring your left knee into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Set that foot back down and bring your other knee in and give that knee a little hug. And then just repeat that a couple of times on each side. Maybe flexing your foot, maybe pointing your toes, whatever feels good. Big deep breaths. This time, when your left knee comes in, extend your right leg away. And let's just make little circles around your hip joint with that left knee. So you can hold on to your leg or let go and let your arms just hang out at your sides. Just working that leg around your hip joint. Not holding your breath. Let's go the opposite direction. And then bring that knee in and give yourself another hug again. Flexing your foot this time, flexing your right foot as you extend out through that right leg, bringing your left knee in, raise your upper body up, relax your shoulders down. And if that feels like too much of a strain in your neck, please put your head right back down. Especially if you said you wanted to work on your neck and your shoulders, please lower your head down. Bring your right knee in, extend your left leg, and circle that right leg around your hip joint. So as big of a circle as you want. After you've gone around 8 or 10 times, we're just going to switch directions. Noticing how it gets a little harder. As you move along, your quadricep muscle starts to work a little harder to keep that leg up. Let's bring that right knee in, flexing your foot, extending out through your left heel, upper body up if you want. Both knees in now, so bring that left knee in. Arms out to the side in a cross position. Let's drop your knees to the left. Gonna look over to the right if that feels okay. If it's too much of a twist right now, just look up, maybe even look to the left. And then in fact, let's all look to the left. Take your right hand and place it on your left hand. So your shoulders are stacked on top of each other, your hips on top of each other. You're going to take your right hand and just circle all the way around, up over your head, so that you come back into that cross position. So working your shoulders. You're going to bring your right hand back to meet your left. And roll those fingers around, up over your head. So one more time. Try to inhale as you're just dragging those fingers up over your head. Once your arms get out in that cross position again, let's bring your knees back into center and drop your knees over to the opposite side. You're going to take your left hand, bring it over to your right. Take those left fingers and just circle them up over your head so that then you open up your chest, open up that shoulder joint, and then you close it back down. Left hand meets the right hand, and then that big half circle all the way around. One more time. And then when your arms get back out to center, bring your knees back in, or when your arms get back out to the side, give yourself a big hug. Turn your feet around your ankle joints. Opposite direction. And then with the least amount of energy possible, bring yourself up to a seated position, either on a pillow, a block, or just on your mat. Sit up nice and tall with your legs crossed. Palms up, eyes shut. And just try to find some stillness and your breath. Push down into your hips. Rise up through the crown of your head. Turn your palms down on your thighs. Tip your head over to one side. Bring your head back up through center and over to the opposite side. And then just side to side on your own breath. Just noticing how that feels. When your head gets over to the right, let's just hang out there. Right hand on your head if that feels good. But as always, please don't slump forward. Just breathe. One more breath. Come back to center and let's go to the opposite side. Left hand on your head if that feels okay. Shoulder blades moving together. Push your belly button forward. Breathe. One more breath. Put that left hand down, just roll your head down and to the other side. Just a couple of little U-shaped movements, little half circles. And then chin to your chest. Let's bring your arms back behind you. Let's interlace, let's actually try to grab your elbows behind you as you look down. Push your belly button forward. And breathe. Then on a big inhale, look up, bring your arms up. Exhaling, bring your hands down at your side. Let's do that again. Inhale up and exhale down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. This time when you inhale up, let's interlace your fingers. Bring your palms together in front of you. Pull your shoulder blades apart. Look down. Open up and open up your chest. Bring your shoulder blades together. Palms together in front, seated cat. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. And then just repeat on your own breath. And then when your palms get together in the front, bring your palms back up overhead. Bring your right hand down and lean over. Inhale up through center and exhale to the opposite side. Inhale to center. Exhale to each side. Just on your own breath. So about one more time on each side. If you're sitting on a block or a pillow, let's move it away. So you can stay in a cross-leg position, a wider cross leg, or you can take your right leg and put it across it a little bit tighter. And then what I'd like you to try to do, so this is prayer pose in the front, which you are welcome to stay at. If you can, I'd like you to try to take reverse prayer behind you. So it's just prayer, but you just try to take it behind you, trying to get your palms together. If you can't do that, then maybe you just grab your elbows or your forearms behind you. So you're going to try to open up your chest, open up those shoulders. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall and then just fold forward. So you're going to try to get your chest and your belly on that thigh. So you keep your chin up just a little bit, looking in front of those legs, pulling your shoulder blades back and down, stretching your hip and your IT band on that right side. So it's just a little variation of cow face pose, just to more work on our shoulders. Take one more breath. Sit up nice and tall. Keep your legs right where they are. Put your hands down and then just come forward with your hands. So try to relax your shoulders a little bit. Do a little shimmy maybe. Maybe put your chin on your knee, on your thigh. Kind of rest on that leg. But always think about lengthening up through the crown of your head and folding forward at your hip. And breathing. You inhale and lengthen. You exhale and fold. You're slowly coming back up to seated, and we're switching legs. So the best you can, the tightest you can with those legs, feeling that in the outer left side of your hip and outer thigh. Again, that prayer position. Reverse it behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale as you tip forward. Try to get the whole palm together. And again, if it doesn't work, you just do your best. Maybe just grab your elbows, maybe your forearms, maybe your hands just go back behind you. In fact, let's try that. Let's actually reach your hands straight back, palms up. So we're going to work on your triceps now, but your shoulders still down away. So see, my arms are straight back, kind of in a Superman pose. I kind of like that better now that we've already done the reverse prayer. So kind of fly out on your inhale and exhale as you fold forward. Then just relax those arms, walk your hands out a little bit further, fold forward just a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. All right, one more breath. Coming back to seated, let's come onto your stomach, onto your mat. And then once you get here, your thighs on your mat, your toes pointing away from you, just your elbows right underneath your shoulders, your palms down. And I want you to just walk your thighs back and then walk your upper body forward and up so that your upper body is off the mat. The crown of your head is reaching up so that you look like that Egyptian Sphinx. And you shut your eyes and you just breathe. So you're thinking about pushing all those lower back discs back into place. We hunch over a lot, especially now. We might be seated a little bit more than normal, watching a lot more Netflix and Amazon Prime. Maybe not the best posture on our couches and our lounge chairs. One more breath. And then just lay down on your stomach. Arms are going to go out just a little bit wider. Turn your head to one side and just breathe. So think about the breath going into the back side of your body when you inhale. Think about your breath leaving your body completely when you exhale. And this time we're going to try to press up a little bit bigger. If you don't feel like you can do it or it doesn't feel right for you, please go back to that Sphinx. But we're going to try Cobra now with your hands at your chest. You're just going to push your upper body up so that your hands are more under your shoulders. And you're more on the lower part of your thighs. And your hip flexors are off your mat. And you breathe. Nice and tall, nice and long with your spine. Take 2 more full breaths. Slowly lower back down. Turn your head to the opposite side that you did before. Bend your knees. Bring your knees a little wider than they were. Arms wherever they feel comfortable. And just try to drop your knees side to side. They're not going to go very far. Might feel a little bit awkward. That's fine. You could actually bring your chin down in the front of your mat if that feels more comfortable. And then one more lower back thing. You're going to bring your knees back in line with your hips. So on your thighs, your arms are going to go back. You're going to reach your fingertips towards your toes. Point your toes. Send so much energy down through your toes by tightening up your legs that your lower body lifts a little bit off the mat. Your upper body lifts off the mat. And your palms, push them up towards the ceiling so that you are in locust pose. You should feel your low back working here now. And you're breathing. If you want to move your arms up, depending on what's next to you, you can just fly them out to the side and move them back and out and forward, or you can just leave them right where they are. 2 more breaths. And then hands at your chest, push yourself up, and then back into child's pose. So nice and slow, move slowly, because your back just doesn't want to move quickly. Tip your pelvis forward, and push yourself back into child's pose. One more breath. And then let's come up into downward facing dog. So tuck your toes, spread your fingers wide if they're not already. Push your hips up and back. And then let's just do a little walking the dog. And then let's take your left leg and reach it all the way up to the ceiling, pressing your right heel down. Let's bend your left knee and open your hips to the left.
So look through your left armpit back to the left corner of your mat. Set that foot down. Raise your right leg up to the ceiling. Push your left heel down. Bend your right knee. Open your hips to the right. Take 2 or 3 breaths. Put that foot back down and walk your feet forward or your hands back. And then slowly just walk up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Couple big shoulder rolls. Fix your hair, fix your clothes. And you should be in a standing position. All right, hands at your side or at your heart. Eyes shut. Just notice how you feel. We've been down on the ground for a long time. So we're going to work on some balance today. So bring your hands to your heart center if they're not already there. We'll start on your right foot. What I'd like you to do is shift to your right, raise your left knee up, and raise your arms up, palms together, and hang out for a couple of breaths. Then extend that heel out straight. Breathe. Then tip forward in Warrior 3. Then we're going to come up into star pose. So you come back to center. You lean to your right. Your left leg goes out to the left. Your arms just go wherever. So you can be more upright with your toes on the ground, or you can tip more to the right. One more breath. Both feet back down on the floor. Hands at your heart, eyes shut. Same thing on the other side. Shift to your left foot. Raise your right knee up. If it feels better for you to have your hands out at the side, that's perfectly fine. It's a little harder to keep everything closed in, a little easier to keep your arms out at the side. Extend your right leg out. Tip forward in Warrior 3. Find star pose, leaning left. Come back to center. All right, let's do all that one more time. Shift to your right. Find parallel tree. We'll go through a little faster. Extend the legs straight. Tip forward into Warrior 3. Star to your right. Step on your left foot. Raise your right knee. Extend the leg out. Tip forward in Warrior 3. Find star to your left. Both feet on the ground. Eyes quiet, still shut. Breathe. 3 full breaths. Coming up to the front of your mat, taking a big inhale up, exhale as you fold forward, step both feet back in downward facing dog. Bring your right leg up and wide in a wide leg lunge. Bring your right arm up in a twisting wide lunge. Stay here. Drop your left hip down. Your left knee can be on the ground if you want. But I just want to open up that left hip by pressing it down. This knee should be over your ankle. So make sure that foot is probably off your mat. And you're looking up. Right hand back down on the mat. Hips go nice and high in down dog. Same thing on the left side. Left foot wide up by your hand. Sink down into that right hip. Twist to your left. Look up, push down and forward. And breathe. Bring that hand down, find down dog. Find child's pose. Push your hips back. And then let's do all that one more time. Push back up into down dog. Right leg comes wide forward. Reach up, reset, down dog. Left foot wide, reach up, twist, hand back down, and down dog. One more time on each side. Right foot wide, right arm reaches, right hand resets, hips high and down dog. Left foot wide, right arm reach, left arm reach, sorry. Left hand down, hips nice and high. Hang out here in down dog. Lower the hips and knees into child's pose. Breathe. All right, we're gonna pull our mats towards your wall or towards a couch or something because everybody seems to like wall stuff. So let's finish over here on the wall. So go ahead and get yourself situated using the least amount of energy possible. And let's move over here by the wall. I have my new Pilates ring. Very excited about that. All right, so let's get yourself set up. Sorry. Put the door jam there. Your hips close to the wall, so shove them right up there. And then flip your legs up so that they are up on the wall. And let's just hang out here for a couple of breaths. Your hands wherever you want them to be. Out at your side, up overhead. Big deep breaths. Just kind of getting yourself back centered again after that movement. Feel your spine on your mat. Feel the connection of your body against the wall, against the floor. Then let's take your left leg, cross it over your right. Push that left knee away
If that's enough for you, stay right there. If you can, you start to, that was my foot, by the way, start to just bend your right knee. That will deepen the stretch of those hips and glutes. Don't let there be any strain in your low back. So if you feel strain in your low back, move yourself away from the wall a little bit. Do anything you like with your upper body and your arms. But big, deep breaths. Okay, let's switch legs. So left leg goes straight again. Cross your right leg. And again, if that's enough for you, which for a lot of us this is definitely enough. But if you can, you try to just bend your left knee a little bit, deepening that stretch of your hips and glutes on that right side. Push that tailbone down. Keep your spine long, supported on the ground. Eyes shut. Deep breaths. All right, let's unwind that. Let's do a hamstring stretch. So right leg is going to be on the wall. Left leg is straight, a little bit away from the wall, holding onto your calf or your hamstring. If you can grab your toes, flex your foot. Try to flex your foot even if you can't grab your toes. So push your heel up, your hip down. Your leg is straight with just a slight bend, so don't lock your knee out. But in this position, perfectly fine for you to hold just at your hamstrings, because gravity is doing a lot of the work here. And the more you reach up, the more you're going to put a little bit more strain on your low back. So if your strap is nearby or your towel, you can definitely use that, but you don't need to. You can just have your hands resting on your hamstring muscles. And then let's slowly switch. So kind of relax this left leg. Bring your right leg towards you. Flex your foot. If it felt like enough of a hamstring stretch just right here, you don't need to move that right leg forward. And then just hold behind the hamstrings, flex your foot. Lower that hip down. Push up through that heel. Breathe.
How about one more breath? And then let's relax that. Let's put the bottoms of your feet together. Your knees out wide, reclined cobbler's pose. So the best you can, maybe pressing your legs away. So somebody mentioned the other day they don't like to use the wall because their walls are white and their feet are dirty. So feel free to put on some socks. Seems kind of an obvious thing, but you can put on socks. Or you definitely don't have to use the wall. But it creates just such a nice prop, a nice little extra something to give us a little deeper stretch. Let you use gravity a little bit easier. Let's straighten your legs into a wide leg straddle. So you can put your hands at your inner thighs. I'd recommend not, just because gravity is going to pull your legs down just on their own. In fact, you might want to put your hands kind of on the outside of your legs. And just breathe. So in this position, how does your spine feel? Is it nice and long? Does it feel completely supported on the ground? And then let's bring those legs back together. Let's give yourself a little hug. Bring your knees in, arms out to the side. Let's twist to one side. Bring your knees to the other side, drop them over there. So a couple of breaths over here, then we're going to find final relaxation. Your Savasana pose. So if you want to do that with your legs up the wall, that's what I would recommend. But if it feels more comfortable for you to stay on your side, on your back, with your legs on the ground, please feel free to do that. Final relaxation for you should be your most comfortable position where you can be as quiet and as still as possible. So you find that for yourself, and we'll be as still and as quiet as we can be for just about 3 or 4 minutes. You can walk your shoulders down away from your ears. Put your towel or your eye pillow over your eyes. Let your focus stay on your breath. Just watch your inhale and your exhale.
let's start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. If your legs are up the wall, go ahead and start moving yourself away from there. You can give yourself a big full body stretch. You can bend both knees and rock them side to side. You can find a side that feels good. Hang out there for a couple of breaths. And then slowly come up to a seated position. And we'll all just take a couple of breaths together. So palms out at your side, palms up. Let's inhale up. Turn your palms away with a big ah as you exhale. 2 more times. Ah. 1 last time. Ah. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Have a fabulous rest of your Tuesday. See you guys tomorrow at 9:30 for some power yoga. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Appreciate you coming. Bye-bye.